Alright, so we're at the shop here, doing the fuel pump in the BMW. All put together here to try and get it all squared away. These nice eBay manifolds are like $100. And the old fuel pump assembly. I got some stuff coming to mount the turbos. We won't do that, but that's coming along. Alright, so you can see here on this piece, kind of trying to figure out where to mount the turbo. It's kind of a pain because it's heavy and you're trying to fabricate where to go in a tiny engine bay like the BMW, which is why JZs are better, because one exhaust side, one intake side, but I digress. So we're lowering this thing down into this little edge, and the frame rail's kind of right there, so it's kind of difficult because it's a 78-75, so we kind of have to make it fit because there's really nowhere else to go unless you do like Mad Max style out of the hood or something. And then figuring out the drain and the feed for the turbo, and then the piping, and not hitting the wheel well and all that kind of stuff. So you could see that once it's in there, I don't know if I'm gonna have to like cut the headlight or like funnel it so it's not in the way, or just like heat wrap everything. But it's kind of like we plasma cutted a hole out in the fender well and shaped it so it's not sharp edged, and then we're gonna try and mount it. And then I have a Maven mount, which is pretty cool. You just weld the tube stock on the inside, and then it keeps it mounted to something hard like the frame, so it doesn't stress fracture or damage things from being so heavy. You saw here earlier too, I was working on the fuel pump, so I'm trying to figure out how to get that non-M fuel hat assembly squared away with a rally road adapter, but it's not fitting because I think it's for an M series, but we'll make it work. Zip tie mechanic. Yeah, so that's kind of a short update. I need to probably do the hot side next week, and then try to get the cold side done too. It's gonna just take some time, obviously, because an ounce of prevention's worth a pound to cure. Just trying to get everything so it's not like ghetto rigged. So it actually works. I'll need to get some radiator hoses. I got the power steering system working, like lined up and stuff with the factory BMW rack, which is nice because Chase Bays has a fitting. If you don't want to spend $500 million on their whole kit, you can just buy the fitting for the rack to the power steering pump, and I just use the F-body power steering pump and then an ICT billet relocation kit. Then we'll start working on like the wiring and the fuel lines and all that kind of stuff. We're going to do like an 8-AN feed with a 6-AN return. And then, wire up the switch panel and things like that, and, throw a seat in there eventually and just kind of slowly but surely get it going. It's mostly just the fabrication part with the turbo and the piping that's the difficult part. So it's kind of showing you that here in this video. The hoist is a good idea if you have a heavy turbo and you need to fabricate something without having to hold it up there the whole time. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll have an update video that's a lot longer next. Thanks.